Louis C.K. tells a joke. So you've gotten this idea about the 3 big things that we're going to talk about, and that is pausing, the way that Louis C.K. has a small pause after he gives the punchline. We talked about pausing for the punchline, right? And you noticed he also has a hand gesture.
Really locks the audience into the space where he wants them to be.
You notice that he repeats his punchline. He doesn't say the exact same words, but he uses a different word to say the same thing. He says,
Loss is dark. It's heavy.
Both things refer to the same loss, so it's important to have good vocabulary. That was my point. We're not going to be talking about Louis C.K., how he tells a joke. The point is that you see a comedian, he's super professional, he's practiced it 1,000,000 times, and he's perfected his style. We are not going to tell jokes, and we are not going to be stand-up comedians. That's not what we're here for. We're here to practice using humor as a way of getting our information across in a way that's not stiff. You're not just a square robot who does nothing and speaks in a monotone. Okay. We talked about if you're always doing the same thing, then it gets boring for the audience and they just stop listening to you. Number 1, it's clean. Not a dirty joke. A dirty joke means a joke about sex. Like the Louis C.K. was talking about playing Monopoly with his children. And second of all, if you're Korean, tell Korean jokes. If you're Chinese, tell Chinese jokes. Don't make fun of other people's culture. But I can make fun of my own culture. That's fine. Okay. Your joke, just like your anecdote, has to have a purpose. Don't just tell a joke just for no reason. If you're worried that your joke may be about a sensitive issue, don't tell it. The saying goes, if in doubt, leave it out. It's better to be boring than to be offensive. When you are thinking about using humor, I don't think you need a joke. If you don't have a clean joke, if you're worried your joke may be too offensive, don't use it, and just use anecdotes. Anecdotes are moments from your life. When something funny happens to you, write it down in your anecdote log. If something funny happens to you, then you tell it, the anecdote, as a funny thing. And you have to have a log so that you can match the information and the anecdote so that they are connected. Okay, I don't expect you to be Louis C.K. I don't expect you to be a comedian. When you are going into a room using humor, it's not just about jokes, it's not just about anecdotes, it's more of a way to make the people listening to you feel more comfortable. When you come into a room, look at your audience. If it's a nice day and everybody's in there and they're all refreshed and everyone's great, say, everybody here looks so beautiful and healthy, I'm so surprised, blah, blah, blah. Acknowledge the audience, comment about the audience. It makes them feel better. If it's a rainy day and everyone looks so gloomy, be like, I'm sorry you guys have to be here. It's terrible weather we're having. Just acknowledge the fact that it's wet outside and people look so unhappy. Be there for the people who are listening to you, right? Include the audience in your idea of what you're saying, because that's who's listening to you. Last thing I want to mention is that you don't need to expect people to laugh. Even if you use a joke, even if you have a really funny anecdote that you've practiced and you've tried it out and everybody you've told it to thinks it's hilarious, just let go of this idea that people are going to laugh out loud and use the anecdotes to make an interesting presentation, and don't worry too much about people actually laughing. Having that expectation will make you feel bad if it doesn't come out, so just let it go. Feel the crowd and be appreciative that they showed up. All right, so I'm laughing because I don't have an audience. I'm hoping this is going out to people, and I'm hoping it's helpful, but I have no idea. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed Louis C.K. I hope that you will continue to watch comedians and pay attention to their pausing and their hand gestures and their funny noises. They're using all of that stuff for a reason, and you can learn how to do that. It's not impossible. A lot of it has to do with creating an emotion and then doing whatever you have to do to make the audience feel that emotion with you. We can get good at that. It has to do with changing your tone, with making silly noises and not being afraid of that kind of stuff. It has to do with sometimes using really big hand gestures when you need them. And it has to do with being in a good mood, I think. If you're in a bad mood, it's very hard to be funny. So remember to smile, remember to try, make mistakes, and keep going. We have one more lesson. Until then,